and Titian's evocative crowning of thorns.
Notice how there's no lasers, there's nothing between the people walking around.
There are
more
more
painting.
Rubens here than any other
They
museum in
expect you
Europe.
to behave yourself and not touch the paintings. It's so different from here, guys.
Located at a postmodernist style building just opposite the Alta Pinakothek is the Neue Pinakothek, or New Art Gallery. This collection was also conceived by Ludwig I and was intended to showcase the modern art of the day. It holds European painting and sculpture dating from the second half of the 18th century to the beginning of the 20th century. Along with a healthy selection of German painters are such greats as Van Gogh and Cézanne. Munich recently rounded out its art museum triad with a gallery devoted to contemporary art. The massive white interior of the Pinakothek der Moderne creates an ideal canvas for 20th and 21st century artworks collected from around the world.
I so don't get it. I'll never get it.
The galleries extend over 3 floors and 13,000 square meters, and include such masters as Pablo Picasso, Salvador Dali. Critics have praised the bright, light-filled museum for its original exhibits reveling in the art of modern design.
Yeah, he does that too.
For a completely different but utterly essential München experience, head to the Victualian Market. Open-air markets are very popular in European cities, and this is one of the best. You'll find everything and anything to do with food. Luscious-looking fruits and vegetables. What do you think? Should we go? And all kinds of meats and cheeses. Various delicatessen. Mild. Fun poo from a cow? Goat? Oh, it's goat. It's not the cheapest place in town to shop, but the quality is excellent across the board. Beer is so beloved here that locals even decorate their houses in beer hops.
It has a very intensive smell.
Oh, really?
See?
That's smell.
Yeah.
This is the building.
Munich has no shortage of hotels, and if your tastes lean toward the... This is Munich's most unusual church. It's officially named for St. John of Nepomuc, but is commonly called Assamkirche, after the 2 Assam brothers who were the building's architects. The entrance is framed by rock foundations, and above the doorway is a carving of St. Nepomuc, a 14th century Bohemian
I've never
monk
been
who
to this
drowned in
church,
the
but I'm
Danube.
finding it.
Angels are leading him from the riverbank to heaven. Inside is an explosion of late Baroque architecture. The Assam brothers created the plans themselves and supervised every stage of work. The spectacular ceiling frescoes tell the story of the
There's
saint's
not
life.
an empty
If you sit in
inch
the center
of
of
wall
the church and
space.
look up, the images give the illusion of 3D. According to local lore, King Ludwig I spent hours flat on his back, staring at the painting.
That'll be Jenna.
Located on the western edge of the city is another fine royal residence, Nymphenburg Palace. This was built as a summer residence for the Wittelsbach family. You can tour 20 of the rooms where the royal family ate, slept, and entertained. The most glorious room is the
It's
Great
very
Hall.
Baroque. The whitewashed
Its
walls,
majestic size
lots of
accentuated by
gold,
the
black,
symphony of
red.
light that glitters off the elaborate decoration.
Are we in
Ludwig
unit
I
1
decided
or
he
2?
wanted to immortalize the most
One night.
attractive women of his day and commissioned their portraits to be hung here in the Gallery of Beauties. The group even includes Ludwig's notorious mistress, Lola Montez. Symmetrical, beautiful, and impressive, the palace is surrounded by parkland, cultivated in the 18th and 19th centuries. Today, the palace serves as government offices. The period between World War I and World War II marked a low point in Munich's history. The city was the cradle of the Nazi movement following the First World War, and in 1923, Munich was the site of Hitler's first attempt to seize power. Dachau is 12 miles northwest of Munich and easily accessible by public transportation, is a dark reminder of those days. This was the site of the first Nazi concentration camp. A visit here can't help but be an emotional experience. It gives a shocking immediacy to the horror that was Nazi Germany. The first prisoners of the camp were political opponents of the Nazi regime, such as communists and social democrats. Later, new groups of prisoners were deported to Dachau: homosexuals, gypsies, and Jews. After the pogrom of 1938, the so-called Night of Broken Glass, many more thousands of Jews were brought to Dachau. Before the war, the prisoners were forced to do slave labor. When the war began, the camp became a place of mass murder. More than 30,000 of the 200,000 prisoners died. Many succumbed to fatal illnesses because of the atrocious health conditions of the camp. The infamous site has been preserved with reconstructed barracks and crematorium. Memorials to the victims are found throughout the ground. The poignant museum contains heart-wrenching photos and documents. One of the few prisoners who escaped Dachau described it this way: implacable, perverted, an organization that was totally murderous, a marvelous machine for the debasement and dehumanizing of man. Our drive south gives us time to reflect and to decompress. After stopping at a 700-year-old monastery, we'll continue on to the alpine towns of southern Bavaria.
Now, one thing that's cool about Oberammergau, the other thing I'm going to try to do as we go, is give you guys ideas of what we're not seeing. Because my hope, of course, is that this is just your first trip to Europe. That you're going to be so enamored that you are just going to be saving your pennies as soon as you get home because you're going back. So I want you to know, like, if you were to go back to Munich, what's nearby? Oberammergau is an amazing little medieval town, and every 10 years they act out the Passion Play at Easter. Actually, it's amazing, and there's 400 or 500 people that are in it. The people in the town are all actors in it, and it's an amazing, amazing thing. Rob actually got to be there one year and see it. It was amazing. He just couldn't believe. As a drama guy, you can imagine, it was a nightmare. It was like 500 people. But no, he was really impressed. Also, what I'm going to do for you guys before we leave is all the PowerPoint slides that we're going to see as we're learning. There is a way for me to make those into a little book where they will show the picture and then give you places to the side. And I'd like that to be kind of a journal for you along the way, because it's really hard to remember what you did on any given day. Once you go to sleep, you can't even remember what you did yesterday. When somebody tells you, you're like, no, it wasn't yesterday. It is, you are really just out of time. You don't even know what day it is. So part of that's just you don't get enough sleep, so it all kind of seems like one big day anyway. But I will go ahead and make those journals for you, and there will be evenings here and there where we'll actually have enough time at the hotel to kind of decompress every now and then and write in your journals. And I really encourage you guys to do that. It's so much easier to remember stuff than when you get back home. Also, because the picture will be there, one thing Penny did last time that was just the most brilliant thing ever, she had a little book with her, and every time she took a picture of something, she wrote down what it was. Because I would get home and get, 1,000 pictures, and I'd be like, I have no idea what these 25 pictures even are. I don't even know what country they were in. So that was a really brilliant thing for her to do, to document everything she was actually taking a picture of, where it was, why it was important. And the biggest thing, you guys, and obviously I'm preaching to the choir right now because they're the ones that are here, but really get the word out to those that are missing, because they've just missed everything about Germany that we're going to see. Fortunately, it's the first couple of days. Hopefully they won't be too tired and crabby yet. But really and truly, along the way, you want to know what you're seeing and why. When we say, let's go to that thing now. And by the time you see the 4th Cathedral or the 3rd War Monument, they all are going to look very much the same. So unless you have a really good idea why it's special and why we've taken time to go look at it, you're just gonna, it's overwhelming, first of all. Your brain will just kind of shut off at some point because you don't have information to tack to it. So we really have to make sure that you guys try to get to all the meetings. I've tried to spread them out with enough time in between. We'll be down to a crunch when it gets to May. And then also the kids this time, sometimes I don't have kids that would even do it, but I do this time. Have kids that want to watch movies about these places. And I like 3 coins in a fountain, and that's all about Rome. And if you toss a coin in the fountain over your head and make a wish, it guarantees that you're going to go back to Rome someday. And then Tea with Mussolini is fantastic. That's such a great one. And they're right there in Venice. Maggie Smith is in it, and she's hilarious. And they're actually inside the Uffizi Museum where we're going to be. And these ladies actually have tea in the Botticelli room every day. So you're looking at the Venus over here and the Primavera on this wall, and these little women are just sitting here having afternoon tea at the Uffizi in Florence. And so those kind of actual motion picture movies can be really fun to see ahead of time too, because that really gets us motivated. I have like 6 or 8 of those. So the kids will have to decide if they want to just set aside like, you know, Monday nights or whatever to get together and watch some things like that. We can set up some movie times. I will be letting the parents know the meetings that are really important that they be at. For the most part, the next several will just be for the travelers to do this kind of thing. When it starts getting crunch time and EF starts asking for something, more information about something, then I can let you know when your parents actually have to be here. Do you guys have any other questions? I mean, we're at 86 days, so we've still got time to figure some things out. Has everyone gotten a hold of their phone company to see how the phone thing works? Okay. Okay. You guys good?
Yeah.